Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for watching this presentation. So today we're going to talk about strategic goal setting. So what you will learn in this presentation is, well, first of all, there's a difference between setting and reaching your goals. I am pretty sure that everybody knows how to set a goal, but what the difficulty will be to reach that goal. So in this presentation, that's the point on what I will focus. It is to see how you can reach your goals. And you'll see that actually starts from the moment you set your goals. There's a specific mindset trick that will make you set your goals, but also reach them. If this is the first time you're ever watching something from me, my name is Anne. I'm a business coach specialized in book coaching and publishing professionals. I have 10 plus years of business consulting experience in the public and private sector, and my coaching is based upon personalized, simple, and sustainable solutions. So let's dig in. As I said in the introduction, there's a big difference between setting and reaching your goals. One of the tricks to make sure that you're going to reach your goals is to be in the right mindset when you start setting your goals. We are in the beginning of the year. This is the one where you still are setting your yearly goals and thinking about it, how you will reach the one big objective you have for this year. But what, instead of setting a very fixed goal, I'm telling you there's another way of setting your goals. And indeed, seeing your yearly goal as a compass. We are used to setting goals as, I need to have 20 clients by the end of the month. But it will trick your mind into thinking that the only way to get to that goal is to have those 20 clients. Now, instead, if you put yourself a directional goal, a compass goal, that can make the whole difference in the way how you approach your year and your goal setting. Might seem a little bit abstract, so let's have a concrete example. Two same goals with the same ending, meaning we want to have 60,000 in revenue at the end of the year. But you will see there's a big difference between the way we approach the compass goal, as in direction, and the one as a fixed end goal. I gave you the example of the 20 clients, and this is exactly what you see, the 20 clients. But we are tricking our mind into saying this is very specific, this is very rigid. I can only get to my 60,000 in revenue if I sign those 20 clients. Now, if you look to the other goal, the more directional one, there we give ourselves a little bit more flexibility. It remains broad, it remains something that we can change when we see something is not working. On top of that, in this example I gave you, and in what most of these goals will help you to do, is to not just reach a goal, but at the same time also put in place a consistency or a practice or anything else. Because here we see consistent marketing efforts. It can be lots of things that you can do to get those 60,000 revenue over the next 12 months. You're no longer stuck to, I absolutely need the 20 clients. However, what remains still important to do is you want to have a SMART goal. And you see here, whether it's a directional goal or a fixed endpoint goal, they are both SMART. They still correspond to the matters of specific, measure, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So it's not because you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to put a directional goal. My yearly goal is going to be compass, that it's just going to be something, we will see where it goes. I want to earn 60,000 in revenue, and well, however it goes, we will see. No, it still is a SMART goal that will help you to reach that goal. Now, here is where we are going to have the difficulty. I told you in the beginning, my goal for you is really not just to set your goal, but also you reach your goal. So we have a yearly goal, which was maintain consistent marketing efforts to achieve 60,000 in revenue over the next 12 months. Broad, flexible, still a SMART goal, but still broad and flexible. However, when you start doing our quarterly planning, and I always insist on that, try to limit yourself to setting that first quarterly goal. You always have the time to do the next quarterly goals. But the advantage you have, if you just put your quarterly goal, you give yourself 3 months to work, for example, on a marketing method, on a course, on a program. And then you will have, after 3 months, reliable data to see, okay, is this working or is this not working? So to come back to our goals. So we have the yearly goal, broad, flexible. And then we go to a quarterly goal, a monthly goal, a weekly goal, and a daily goal. And you see in each of the examples that here we go very specific. This is really a fixed end directional, a fixed end goal. For example, quarterly goal. We want to sign 5 new clients this quarter to attending events, podcasting, and cold outreach. You see there's a big difference between that quarterly goal and the yearly goal. Yearly goal, a little bit more broad. The quarterly goal is very, very fixed. Now, I really don't want you to get stuck on these goals, but it's good to have that baseline, because after 3 months, you can see, okay, what happened? Did I sign those clients? Didn't sign those clients? 3 months is enough to give you that data of saying, okay, what went wrong? What didn't wrong? What didn't, what worked, what didn't work? Like, for example, maybe you did the cold outreach and you realized that you were not able to get those new clients. Then maybe it's worthwhile to think, okay, quarter 2, is there another marketing method that I can use? So same for the monthly goal and then the weekly goal. I'm not going to go through each of the examples, but is it just to give you an example of seeing where you want to go by the end of your quarter. Now we've set those beautiful goals. We spend an entire week on this. This is the moment that we can go in full procrastination mode and not see the goals reached. That's why it's not just important to set your goals, but also to apply these 3 principles to make sure you achieve your goals. First one, planned accountability. Second one, strict boundaries. Third one, measured flexibility. First one, the planned accountability. Don't just wing it. There's a lot of things that you can do in your business where you can wing it. Accountability is not one of them. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have a very specific and complicated system. What you do want is something that helps you to keep yourself accountable. The most simple one is to have an agenda. I personally love Google Calendar because of the colors. So my Google Calendar is a bit of a coloring book at times, but it is very helpful to know, okay, this is what I do this day, this is what I do the next day. You can also have a physical calendar, you can use Trello, whatever. The idea is that you have some accountability at some level. A second way of keeping yourself accountability is, of course, to have the buddy or a coach, someone that will keep you on your toes. I really insist on this one because I have seen in my own business how that has changed so much. I keep my clients at least once a week accountable of what they are supposed to do that week, where they are going. And I've seen it really makes such a difference in how they succeed in their business. So first one, planned accountability. It might seem simple, but I can assure you it's one of the most powerful things that you can do to make sure that you achieve your goals. Secondly, one is the strict boundaries. We're going to go back to this yearly goal. So this yearly goal, you can use that as a way to put your boundaries. When you're confronted to something that wasn't planned, for example, the networking event, there's only 2 questions you have to ask yourself. 1, is it necessary? 2, do I want to go? So I'm going to take the example of the networking event. You are being given an invitation at the last minute to a networking event. You can go back to a yearly goal or your quarterly goal. And let's see, is attending events in your goals? Yes, it's in your goals. So there you have already replied to the first question. Is this something that I need to do? Probably need to do it for your business. Is it something I want to do? Now that is up to you to decide. But at least you know, okay, attending events is something I had planned and I put in my goal. It is something that I can consider. At the contrary, if you said, okay, attending events is not in my planning, again, it's very simple for you to put that strict boundary because 1, is it nothing necessary for my business? No, not really. So I don't need to go. Of course, again, the second question, you want to go? That's one that's up to you and that you can still decide at that point. And then the third one, which is measured flexibility. As a basic one, keep your yearly goal flexible. As I already said, less the quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. You do want to push yourself a little bit to get to your end goal. Having a yearly goal that's directional, it already relaxes your mind because you know that every quarter, if needed, you can change. For example, the consistent marketing methods we talked about, or find another way of getting additional revenue. It doesn't block you in this idea of, my God, quarter 1, I haven't signed my 4 clients. How will I do it for quarter 2? it helps you to be flexible. However, again, quarterly, monthly, daily, you want to keep it a little bit more fixed endpoint so that after the 3 months of your quarter, you know where exactly you are standing. I also really insist again on that fact of staying flexible because you never know what happens. 3 months, it's long, it is not long. But for example, I remember my first year of business, I had to bring my kid twice to the operation room. Well, the perfect, nice planning for the year all went through the roof. Because you have that yearly goal that's flexible, you can adapt your goal even if you have these kind of issues coming up. So that's it for me. As a conclusion, 1, set yourself a yearly direction instead of a fixed end goal. However, set yourself fixed end goals for your quarter, month, and day, and set yourself up for success with the accountability, the strict boundaries, and of course, the flexibility. Any questions on the goal setting or something that wasn't
was
clear?
really good. I like the way you said about, fixing directional goals instead of fixed goals. That was unique, and that's a good reminder. Good way of thinking about it. Yeah, I definitely need flexibility for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed when people have these very long, extensive yearly goals because I'm like, I don't even know what's going to happen next week, let alone at the end of the year. So,
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have different levels of goals too, like a big overarching goal. And then, like you said, breaking it down into those smaller goals. So, but I think that's good because at least every little step is one step closer to that goal, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the whole point, right? You anyway want to get to that end goal, but you have to give yourself a little bit of leeway at the same time, finding that balance between having the strict fixed end goals. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm still trying to narrow down my focus as to what my really big goal really is. So I'm still in that boat right now.
But is it like revenue? Is it about where you want to take your business?
It's both actually, because I'm still serving 2 different clients. Yeah, there's
okay, yeah.
There's the legacy book, the done for you ghostwriting books that I do for basically retirees for their life stories. And then there's my calling, which is book coaching for the Christian writers. And so for the longest time, the last 6 months of 2024, I was trying to blend the two, and it just was not working. And I was so frustrated. Nobody knew my message. And so now I'm breaking them out into 2. And what I'm trying to do is like alternate days of what I'm talking about to people so they can kind of self-select which is for them. But I don't even know if that's the right way to go.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you have the 2 of them and you really want to keep the 2 of them.
I do. And that's the thing too, because I thought, well, okay, my calling is so strong. Maybe I should just make that my, focus. But then every time I really pushed hard in that direction, all of a sudden a client would come out of the woodwork. Just God would give me a legacy book client. So it's just so interesting how, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you really like it, there should be a way of figuring out, and I think that's the way you are in figuring out how you can combine the 2. But maybe a way of doing it as well is to have 2 different kind of marketing, like your LinkedIn, you keep it for your Christian writers who want to write a business book, and then I don't know, are you on Facebook or something else?
I'm on Instagram kind of, but I've really only been focusing on LinkedIn for the past 2 to 3 months.
Because that could be also a way of saying, okay, I have one website, but I'm just using 2 different marketing methods. Because it depends also as well. The legacy, is it people that come to you and you're fine having those people come to you, or do you really want to go look for other clients?
Well, so they've been coming to me. which has been lovely, but I never know when they will come. So, I mean, it can be years between clients, which is not a great way to run a business, but
not ideal, let's say.
No. So, but then again, completely writing a book on someone else's behalf and doing all of the publishing and all of that, overseeing all the editing, it's time intensive. So I really can only do 3 books a year of those projects. But it would be nice to have like the recurring income and so I've been trying to determine what I can offer to the Christian writers, what they would need that would be a lower lift on my end, but that would still be really valuable to them and help them.
Ah, okay. Because I think maybe if you only need 3 books a year, but it's not a lot, maybe you could put your marketing on the referrals. Like if most of those clients come via referral, maybe there's a way of systemize it. And you spend a little bit of marketing every week on that, of like, every day you contact someone that you think might refer to you. And that's maybe the only thing you need to do to have your 3 clients a year. Because if the referrals are there, your reputation is there. So, and if you don't want to build that up, maybe that could be a way of like, okay, I am going to work on those referrals, systemize it, make sure that people know that I'm still doing that, and then you can put the rest of your time on on being more aggressive in getting your Christian writers for both business books.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thank you. That's a great idea.
Because then it gives you less time as well. Like your message becomes clearer. You have more time to spend on something else. I mean, you could still think about, like you say, it's always good to have a little bit of different products or something that could help your writers. But at least you will have more time than if you have to do the 2 marketing aspects too intensively.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I like it. I'm happy you're here. So.
Oh, that's great. So what's one of your goals this year?
It's to launch the group program. I think I have been really, last year there were so many things, so I couldn't put it. But yeah, this year I'm very excited to launch the group program. I'm going to redo it in an entire different format because, when you work with individual book coaches, there are things I never thought about that, like I would think are important, like the time management. I'm always surprised when my coach comes in, oh, I'm not that organized, or I don't really know how to do this and that. Like, oh, okay, I've never even thought about that. Because I have a reputation of being ultra organized. So
that's not a bad problem to have, and that's a good reputation to have.
It's a good reputation to have, but sometimes you can be too organized as well. And then I'm talking about, keep it flexible. The fixed end is good, but direction is good as well. And sometimes I'm like, okay, and you're really too fixed on your colors on the Google Calendar. If there one social media I would die if Google would say we no longer do the Google Calendar. That would be the end of it for me. But yeah, so that is definitely something that I want to put into the group program. So I'm reorganizing everything. So yeah, I think that's going to be the big project this year. Yeah. Oh, if you watch this, it's in April. So yeah, that was going to be a big one because then afterwards, I can put it also like as my individual course. So because at this point, I feel like it's a bit a miss that I don't have that group program or that group course in the bundle. So yeah, that's the big project. I try not to make it fixed end, but it's probably going to be fixed end anyway.
Fixed end, but you'll be flexible.
Fixed end, but flexible. But it's very difficult to find that balance, right? So
it is. Yeah.
I have a friend who told me that her word of the year is average. She's like, but average in the positive sense of I'm going to do it, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, I will just tell myself I was a little bit average on that one. So that's good. It's good thinking as well.
Yeah. Balance is that elusive thing, right?
Yeah, balance in everything. Balance with the family, balance with the business, balance in the business, balance out the business. Yeah. It will never be my word, balance. I think I'm over that now.
Right. It only takes 6 months in business on your own. You realize that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any other questions, Darlene, on your business, on the goal setting?
Yeah, no, those were just kind of the big ones, like just trying to figure out, and this is one of my, I guess, monthly goals, is to reach out to more Christian writers and find out what exactly I know what I think I know what they need, but what do they want enough to need, right?
Well, enough to, oh yes, that's a good. You're talking about more Christian writers.
Yeah.
I always suggest my book coaches to do like one person every working day, and after a month you already have like reached out to 20 people, and then you can always have that conversation with them.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that, and hopefully they will be forthcoming.
It will take time, but once again, you already have your reputation with the ghostwriting, so that will definitely help. And you're very active on LinkedIn. I see all the time your posts. You're very consistent. And if you reach out, because eventually that's the most important thing. At whatever stage you are in your business, you need to continue reaching out to people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have any other questions, Darlene, then maybe we'll wrap up the recording here, and then I'll just switch off it. So this was it for the business clinic of this month. The next one will take place on February 20th, 8 a.m. GMT +8. And the topic this time will be building a business without social media. If you want to attend this business clinic, because it is only open to my subscribers, you can sign up for the newsletter. The link is below this video. Thank you so much, Darlene, for attending, and I hope to see you soon at the next one.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
So too. Bye. Thanks.